What's going on, people? What's really good? It's your boy Marv Latt, and this is the Nerds in the Hood. Folks, appreciate y'all watching, stopping in. Just want to give my thoughts about something that happened a few days ago. Y'all already know that was the 2025 Grammy Awards that took place this previous Sunday. I have to talk about it because it was legit the blackest Grammys ever, in my opinion. There's probably been blacker ones before, but this one, to me, has been the blackest one ever. I mean, you gotta really think about it. Let's. It's not just about the history that was made, but it was also about the fact that there was a lot of winners. The host was black, and I think Trevor Noah at this point, he does a good job hosting the Grammys. But I think at this point, this was his fifth time hosting, which would make him, I think he's hosted it the most. I don't think there's been anybody who's hosted it more than 5 times. So he might as well just lock in and get the bag and be like, let me run it back till I don't want to do it anymore or something like that. But just the performances, the tribute to Quincy Jones, just so much stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. There was other performances. There was Sabrina Carpenter. There was Chappelle Rowan and Charlie XCX. There was other people that did that stuff. But all I'm saying is, it was like, what are we taking away from this? Are we remembering those? No, we're not. Everything from before the Grammys to the end of the Grammys was just so black. It was just all black excellence for the most part. But I just had to talk about that. First off, let's get this out the way. To those 2 AP reporters, y'all probably already heard this from half of the world on the internet already. Y'all probably not even logged in because everybody's probably dragging y'all in the socials. Yeah, y'all corny for that. I'm not going to call y'all out y'all name. I'm not going to say anything worse than that. But y'all, that was whack. That was just classless. That was unprofessional. That was whack. Like, y'all got starstruck because y'all saw somebody that in y'all eyes is a bigger star, but it's Babyface that y'all interrupted. If for those of y'all that don't know, that haven't looked it up, there was 2 journalists, so to speak, from the Associated Press, aka AP. They were interviewing Babyface on the red carpet of the Grammys. While they were interviewing him, Miss Chappelle Rowan. You know what's crazy? I think it's because I keep thinking about Chappelle, like Dave Chappelle, but Chappelle Rowan. She was walking behind him, minding her business, on her way to her seat or wherever she was going. And these 2 girls was like, oh my God. And then they started yelling over to her, Chappelle, Chappelle, Chappelle. So Babyface is like literally mid-sentence looking at them like, yo, what the heck? Like, y'all interviewing me. So he looks back, looks at them. He goes, y'all want to talk to her? Y'all want to do that? And they go, yes. He was like, all right, so go do that. It was the most powerful comment I ever heard in my life. So go do that. It was just a nice way of saying, like, go F yourself. Because he was just like, nah, I'm not going to be second fiddle to this younger person. Like, he ain't had no beef with Miss Rowan, but it was just like the principle of it. Like, yo, fam, like, I'm Babyface. He could have really pulled that card if he wanted to. This man is a legend. When you think about the artists that he's put on, the hits that he's made, like, y'all gonna sit here and treat it as if like this was just some regular Joe Schmo? Nah, y'all was violating that. That was OD nasty work. And the fact that they did that was crazy. But the fact that Babyface didn't get out of pocket, didn't get out of character, didn't go full 730 on him, just say, you know what? Y'all go do that. I'm out. And went and enjoyed the rest of his night. That was a class act. Because I couldn't have done that. I would have turned all the way up. Like, you know who the F I am? You know what I've done? You know the people I put on? Like, I would have just said so much crazy stuff. Go figure out Chappelle. Like, I would have been different. But he handled it in a better way. He was the bigger person, and now they online having to apologize and clear their name, and he waking up just moving on with his life, chilling. But that should never happen. Not to Babyface, not to anybody. Talk to who you talking to and try to see if you can get her afterwards. but don't just cut him off so you can go talk to somebody else. Like, finish your interview. Also, there was two of y'all. One of y'all could have just went over there. It didn't need to be both of y'all trying to get her attention. One of y'all could have just snuck over and been like, hey, can I have an interview with you too? And y'all could have interviewed her. Whoever was the chick that was leaning, like the chick that was leaning like that and getting too hype, that probably should have been the one to go over to her, because she wasn't caring about Babyface the minute she saw that girl. So for those of you who are online saying it was racist or anything, it wasn't racist. It was just two girls fangirling out, which is what you're not supposed to do as a journalist. And you're not supposed to do that when you work in the music industry. When you go to events like that, you don't fan out, because these artists are looking at you like, hey, you're supposed to be on my side. You're not supposed to come to me ask for autographs and stuff like that. No, I'm here. This is where I cannot worry too much about the fans. So yeah, that was shame on y'all. That was corny. Now that I got that out the way, yeah, history was made. You know what I mean? And that was the biggest thing about that. This is stuff that will be etched forever in the world of the Grammys as well as Black history. Because, I mean, elephant in the room, let's just address it. Beyonce went from, I mean, what just like, it's so funny. Beyonce's album was a country album, right? And at the Country Music Awards, she didn't win one single award for her album. She didn't. And we could kind of tell with our award show what kind of time they was on, because they even did Shabuzi for no apparent reason. So, and it wasn't the award ceremony themselves, it was like the artists there. So you could tell that they was on a different type of time over there. They was like, we're not giving her album that kind of love. Even though she got blessings from actual country artists and legends such as Dolly Parton herself. Now you fast forward to the Grammys, she gets Album of the Year and becomes the first Black artist to win Country Album of the Year. Come on, y'all. You already know. You already know what we all thinking. You know what we thinking. I ain't gonna say it. Racist. I'll just keep it at that. Anyway, but that's not fair. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. But Beyonce deserves all the glory. Cowboy Carter was an amazing album. It made somebody like me, who doesn't really listen to country music at all, really appreciate it. I appreciate it when I listen to it. Now, here's the funny part. All the people that don't listen to country albums, or country music for that matter, will they listen to country music more now that they heard her and now that they heard Shabuzi? Will they turn around and say, hey, I'm going to listen to more country music? Probably not. But it was just the fact that they at least took the chance because of her. So she won several awards for that album that night, but the biggest award was the Album of the Year, the award that escaped her for so many years from so many great albums that she actually made. Cowboy Carter wasn't the one that should have got her. It should have been Renaissance. Should have been Lemonade. So many other ones it should have been. But this was the one. So, hey, better late than never. She got that. She made history. She became the fourth Black woman. Yeah, the fourth Black woman to win. Album of the Year. The 12th Black artist to win Album of the Year. So she made history. Doechii also made history by becoming the second Black woman to win Best Rap Album and the third woman to win it overall, but the second Black woman to win Best Rap Album, which is huge because the first Black woman was Lauryn Hill, and that was in 1999. And that same goes for Best Album of the Year. So it's like, we needed this. We needed this diversity. We needed this history. Doechii is on a rocket, and it is blasting off towards the moon. And I hope it takes her wherever she wants to go. Congrats, sis. You deserve all of that, too. Which brings me to this point here. Actually, no, I forgot to also address the fact that the many changes that they addressed in the many changes that were addressed in the actual Grammys and the stuff that they were doing behind the scenes was so compelling that it made The Weeknd, who boycotted the whole event, unboycott the event and show up and perform his songs. Like that. That's how Black it was. This is what I'm trying to say. It was so Black that it made The Weeknd go, you know what? All right, I'm gonna pull up. when he wasn't pulling up for a few years. So that's how powerful it was. When they did the Quincy Jones tribute, Will Smith started the tribute off, right? Because, I mean, let's be real. We wouldn't have had the Fresh Prince without Quincy Jones, and we owe him that. So Will Smith had to show up, give his love to that man. And then we had, we had Janelle Monáe doing Michael Jackson dancing, and we had so much other stuff on there. And it was just, that's why I said it was just a Black excellence kind of night. We deserve that, folks. If y'all gonna take away Black History Month from us, then at least give us that night. Give us the Super Bowl where we get Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes, 2 black quarterbacks going off once again. Give us all of that. You know what I mean? But let's bring it home real quick. Let's bring it home. Let's talk about it. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar won all 5 of the Grammys he was nominated for. All 5 of them. Even winning Record of the Year for Not Like Us. Now, that is history in itself because he won 5, right? So that brings his Grammy total to 27. Beyonce still leads all artists with 35. But ain't no rapper ever won with a diss track before. Ain't no rapper ever won. I looked it up. I think 50 Cent won Forget Rich or Die Trying, but that's not a diss album. That's just like an album with Wanksta on it. But fam, Not Like Us is now the biggest record in the history of music, but it is also the biggest and probably best diss track ever made. And this solidifies it because it won not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 Grammys for this song. This song is so impactful to the culture of hip hop. It won 5 Grammys. This song itself can do the Booker T speech where he's like 5 time. It could do a Spin a Rooney right now if it had legs. So it's wow. Like when you really look back, you know what I'm saying? That Tupac song he did where he blasted Biggie and saying that he had sex with Faith, that ain't win no award. Wanksta ain't win no award, right? Ether ain't win no award. The Takeover ain't win no award. No Vaseline ain't win no award. Some of the biggest diss tracks of all time. Some of them didn't deserve to win awards, right? But you get what I'm saying. This is the biggest diss track of all time. And for those of you who are arguing it, none of Drake's disses got hit with any awards. Not Like Us wasn't even on the album that he just did, GNX, right? It wasn't even on the album. So it just goes, it reminded me of when Childish Gambino won the award for This Is America. This Is America, which is so funny that I bring it up, was meant to be a diss track towards Drake. So is dissing Drake the way to get an award? Maybe not, because Pusha T just Drake and he didn't get anything for that. But there's an argument to be made here because Drake made a song when he made, I think it was Family Matters. It was one of the diss tracks. He said, Kendrick opened his mouth, somebody give him a Grammy. There was also the fact that years ago when Drake was winning the awards, when Drake was the #1 champ, he even said in a speech just like, yo, the way that people win these awards is like, it's bogus basically. Like the way it's not picked by, it's not picked to say who's really winning the awards. Who deserves the awards. It's picked to be like, yeah, this is just who's hot right now. And that's what makes it tough because now it's like, does that argument really go into play now when you really look back at it? Because here we are and here we go. Kendrick said something and he won 5 awards, right? Who knows? Drake is going through some type of comeback tour, I guess. He's on tour right now, and my man came onto the stage with a black shirt that just had bullet holes on it, and smoke was coming out, which not sure how he made that graphic work, but that was pretty cool. But I don't know where the argument lies now. Should we be still pro Drake, or should we turn our full attention and say, Kendrick, you are now the #1? All I can say for right now is Kendrick got it. Kendrick is the #1 rapper in the game today. Not just in the West Coast, in overall possibly the world. Definitely America, but possibly the world. There isn't a rapper right now who's going to be able to fill those shoes. Now, where does that move Drake? I think it just pushes him down to number 2 until somebody else blows up. But creeping in the wings, in my opinion, is Tyler, the Creator. He is right there also as well. He's right behind those gentlemen. J. Cole is still there. And for those of you who laughed at J. Cole for backing out of this rap beef, look where it's at now. Think about it. At the Grammys, everybody was in the crowd quoting the lyrics to Not Like Us. They were screaming A minor. They were doing all of that. Taylor Swift was dancing in the crowd, having a ball. She didn't care that she didn't win no awards that night. All that mattered was just she was just having fun. She was like, these next 2 weeks is fun for me. I get to chill here, enjoy my job, and then next week I get to see my boyfriend do his job. She was chilling. She was chilling. This has been quite possibly one of the weirdest weeks of the year. Like, you've already seen it. We talked. I said it. Luka Doncic getting traded. Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. Anthony Davis getting traded. Taylor Swift not caring about any Grammys and dancing to a diss track in 2025. This is where we are at because we just witnessed the blackest Grammy Awards of all time. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, just wanted to voice my thoughts and opinions on that. Big shout out to all the Grammy winners. Black, white, Latina, it doesn't matter. Big shout out to all of those, whether you made history or not, whether you got nominated or not, whether you won or not. If you're doing your thing out here, we salute you. Nerds in the Hood. But we got to give big shout outs to Queen B, though. She did it. She got the W. And King Kendrick, this is your world, man. You're the champ. Wear that belt proudly. But until next time, I catch y'all in another edition of Nerds in the Hood. Check the link tree in the description below to see what the nerds are doing on other parts of social media. But I will see you on the next episode. Peace. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Beep, 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 beep.